Alright, so welcome back to another vlog series. This time we're going to be featuring Tony. He's blurry right now, but he's over there. But he's arrived for board and train for just a number of control issues. So his owners have really struggled with his leash manners, as you can tell. I'll add a couple more clips, but his leash manners have definitely been super challenging, just because his energy, his pushiness, but also the lack of communication, specifically the tools they're using. So that's obviously a big thing we're going to be implementing and modifying during his stay, is using a set of tools that are helpful. A short backstory on Tony: a lot of jumping, a lot of energy. If he doesn't kind of get his way, he protests a bit. So there will be some clips in this vlog for sure about the challenges we had getting him into the crate initially, because that was tough. But again, as you start to eliminate options like jumping, biting the leash, barking, you're left with a dog who's going, okay, well, I can't do those other things. What can I do? And that's where leadership and direction from the handler, the human, comes in. But aside from that, he's a young dog. He's a little over a year, so it's kind of just prime time, him testing boundaries, testing what he can and can't do. So all the more reason to implement some super helpful training and get him on the right path. Stay tuned. Great. Good job, buddy. Good boy. Tommy, come. Come on. Place. Nice job. Tommy, come. There we go. Good boy. Great. Good job. Place. Good. Good boy. Nice job. Good. Tony, come. Place. Good. Good boy. Good. Tony, come. Alright, so we're out here, it's day 3 with Tony, and we're just continuing to brush up his walk. Things have dramatically improved, which is awesome, just by the switch of tools and just kind of eliminating those, unnecessary options like pulling, jumping, running after squirrels, running after dogs, those types of things. So what I'm doing is whenever he gets out of position, I'm just pressing and holding the continuous stim and guiding him back into position. So it looks like heel, pressure off when he gets back into position. So he's learning that physical cue means something, and that he has to either get further behind me or get closer next to me, whatever the situation calls for. Good job, buddy. So way better, nice and calm, nice and relaxed. Heel. Tony. So another thing I'm doing is sort of putting Tony in more real-world situations. So, couch privileges are often a common one. The one thing I really want to make sure I'm able to do is relax with him, in a spot that he enjoys, but also keep up that consistency in terms of how well he's listening. So if I'm able to kind of give him a privilege, like, hanging out with me on the couch, not necessarily in a command, but then, recall him off the couch and put him in a spot to establish more of a clear boundary. So what I like to do is, get dogs on the couch and then recall them off and put them on place. So, Tony, good boy, place, very good, down, good. So now he's more in a specific command versus just kind of hanging out with me. Break. Good job, buddy. Come on. Yeah. Good boy. Yes. So we've been doing socials almost every day with Tony, and I really think it's been so helpful in how he's kind of relearning how to act around dogs, but also just generally how he feels about them. Getting him around, you know, a balanced pack has been really beneficial to him, just so he continues to kind of learn, you know, from other dogs, but also we're still sprinkling in those moments where we need to advocate for him or kind of step in and remind him that, you know, manners are also still super important. And actually, another important thing about this is as we're, you know, getting him around other dogs, this perception he's forming, or this new perception, is also translating to when he sees dogs on the walk, and you know how he responds, how he feels, so everything's connected. So I'm also using these moments when he's like really into play to work on his recall. So when he's playing, I'm just gonna tone him and bring him back to me. Yeah, buddy, good boy. So that's a really good way to, you know, just kind of like help the dogs hit the reset button if things are getting a little too heated, but also, you know, control the energy, and then, you know, work on his training too. So all good stuff. Nice job, buddy.
Tony? Place. Tony? Place.
Okay, good. Awesome. You can go and move pets. Yeah. Get him up there. Good. Now we'll practice. Yeah. That was the spot. So now we'll practice. Okay, he's hung out with us on the couch for a bit. Maybe it's time to cook dinner. Maybe it's time to whatever, do something where I want him in a more specific spot, which is again going to enforce a clear boundary. So now, same thing. Tone him and bring him over there.
Tony,
Awesome.
place.